This is a vulnerable post, but y'all want to know how it is to be a single mom? I currently have negative $500 in my account. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pay rent next week. And I've got so many things that are about to head to collections. I'm trying my best to just trust God, but it is hard sometimes. My babies are constantly asking me, Mommy, can you get this? Mommy, can you get that? No, I can't. When I have money, I will. I wish I had enough money to buy them every single freaking thing they ask for. And it is hard to...
Across America, families are working hard but still struggling to make ends meet. Rent, food, gas, and bills keep rising while many wages remain too small. For single mom and working families, every paycheck can feel like I fight to survive. So, are Americans finally reached their breaking point? So we're going to watch the video. Make sure you do subscribe for more videos.
And I feel like I break their little hearts every freaking time I have to say it. I live in a small town, okay? But, like, everybody has moved here, so prices are freaking ridiculous. I'm paying right now what 10 years ago was the amount for a really nice 3-bedroom in a brand new apartment.
Just on here wondering if anybody's feeling the same way I'm feeling. I'm from Illinois, and I feel like the gas prices and the electric bills and the prices of food is just so overwhelming anymore. Like, I'm wondering if anybody else is feeling like they're drowning and they can't get out. I work overtime and I cannot get above water. I mean, I literally have no gas for next week. It was either that or get a few groceries to get by. I hit my local food pantries. I'm just wondering if anybody else feels like they're drowning. But
I'm not gonna fucking make it in this fucking world because, like, tell me why I just went to fucking Kroger's and got groceries. I just got paid today. My last fucking paycheck. And I spent $73 fucking on popcorn, crackers, Cheez-Its, milk, ranch dressing, tomatoes. Just basic shit, man. Like, a box of fucking Cheez-Its and a box of fucking crackers was $5 a fucking piece. The ranch dressing was fucking $5. The tomatoes were $4. Like, the milk is $7 a gallon and my kid drinks 3 gallons a week. That's $20 fucking dollars. Like, how the fuck did I barely get any goddamn food and it's $73 fucking dollars? Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
I have a question for you guys. When are people going to really stop pretending like everything is okay in America? The credit card debt rises to $1.26 trillion, an all-time record high. Do you guys remember when people used to get credit cards? It was for like big time purchases. Like, let's say if you really needed like a laundry machine or whatever, maybe you wanted something really nice, but it was like just like a big purchase. Or they usually use it for like vacations. Now people are using it just to survive. They're using it to literally buy food. We are in a mortgage debt crisis. We are in an auto loan debt crisis. We are in a credit card debt crisis, student loan, you name it. It's literally like debt America. Then they did some surveys and they said that 63% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 90% have less than $500 left each month. So my question is this: when are people going to stop pretending like everything's okay? Because it's not. It's clearly not. And the system that we have in place, it's not working because there are jobs that people cannot get anymore. They've completely fucked over the world for millennials and Gen Z. And it's sad. A lot of Gen Z should be like living in apartments with friends and living the time of their lives, but they can't even do that. A lot of them are at home. Heck, a lot of millennials are still at home with their parents. And sometimes I watch the news. I watch the news just to be like informed. I read a lot. I watch the news. I'm a millennial, so we were kind of raised like that, so I still do it. But I still have critical thinking. But sometimes it's like I'm watching the news and it's just like these people are living like everything is okay. Like we're not even getting accurate information. It's so dystopian, and I can't sit here and pretend like it's getting worse, and we need to figure this shit out and do something about it, because I just don't see like an end to this.
People are charging $1,000 a month to rent rooms in their home. $1,000 a month to rent a room. Bro, what the fuck we gonna do? The cost of living has gotten out of hand, and y'all buy a house, man. Everybody that I know that owns a house tells me don't buy no fucking house. They hate that shit. Between property taxes going the fuck up, insurance going the fuck up, niggas having to fix roofs, is that what it is? Having to fix their roof and shit. Everybody I know that got a goddamn house tell me don't buy no goddamn house. They say at least you call a maintenance man. But dead ass, what the fuck we gonna do about the rising cost of living? Because what you mean you charging people $1,000? You got 3 rooms in your house, you're charging them $1,000 for somebody to come live there. This shit is sad. Like, my son gonna be an adult in the next couple of years. He's gonna graduate from high school and be an adult. And this is the world he has to live in? The fuck? I guess I need...
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all 4 brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, you know? Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities. And you can't, like, in this city that I live in, public transport, please. If I were to do public transport, it's like asking to get rate. And I really shouldn't be crying, because now I have to go to another work event, and now I'm going to be all puffy. Living is so expensive. Just keeping yourself alive and floating is so expensive. And what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is, if I were to take public transport here, especially for my job requires a car. I have to have a bunch of shit that I have to lug with me for work. And I can't do that with public transport. I'm venting. Inflation sucks. Just living in America sucks. Living alone sucks. It's great, but it sucks. Because you have to front all the expenses by yourself. I need a husband just so that I can live.
This housing crisis is a real thing. I walk every morning in my complex, and every week almost I see people have been evicted. And where it used to be that there were places that provided resources for families going through financial hardships, a lot of these people have been depleted of their funds, because that's just how many people are in need right now. So you can't even get help like you used to, when you can't afford to pay your rent because of whatever factors, because everybody's situation is not the same. But the main problem is people are not being paid enough to live a sustainable life. Like, you have to have a 2-person income to sustain a livable situation where you're not struggling, where you're not, robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's just, it's so sad. There's just no way in 2026 the minimum wage should be $7.25. Don't know which jobs are paying that, but the fact that there are jobs that pay that is ridiculous. And for some people that's their only option. And you know, even $20 in 2026 is not sufficient to live a sustainable lifestyle. And this is not even my regular content, but I was on my walk this morning and saw two other people that have, you know, their stuff was out on the curb. And a lot of us are not far removed from that. We're not mad enough. We're not mad enough.
So how are we supposed to save money if we're paying $6,000 to $7,000 a month in childcare? How are we supposed to save any money? How are we supposed to, because there's two schools. There's the people who don't work because they can't pay that, and then the people who are paying that and then have like minimal left over. Where's the money going for college? Where's the money going for retirement? Like, I'm lucky that mine's automated and I have a cash balance account, but like, where's it going? Where's it go? How are we saving for vacations? How are we like, if we're not doing it on a credit card, how are we doing this? Where's Susie Orman? Where's Dave Ramsey? Because these people, these fuckers have no idea what we're actually living in. They're like, well, you know, you should save up, buy a beater, never go on vacation, live with your parents. I'm like, that's not possible. Okay, so tell us how we do this. How do we save when we're giving away all of our paycheck to childcare? And you know, if you have kids that are 5-6 years apart, this is going on for 11 years that you're paying these costs. So how do we do that? I need the finance advisors, not some 25-year-olds who want it big in a stock market, to tell us how to really do this. Oh, and then your taxes go up too. My taxes have gone up from $8,000 to $17,000 in 7 years. Didn't budget that. Homeowners insurance, because of all the wildfires, it's affecting us out here in Massachusetts. Didn't budget that. Like, what's going on? And then I just told you about summer camp. That's going to be thousands. Like, answer me.
Yes, I agree. I think the downturn of the housing market and the unwillingness of people to continue paying high prices to stay in apartments and instead moving home is going to be the catalyst that leads to a rise in multi-generational family homes in America. It will no longer be paying high rents to a landlord. Instead, it will be multiple adults coming forward to maintain a home. I think this is a turning point in America. All around the world, multi-generational homes are sort of the norm, but in America, individualism has been pushed. Our suburban realities was one that promised us sort of a safety net of privacy from other people, including our own family members. Now that changes. Grandma may have to shack up with their child, and the child of that child may have to come home after college to live with their parents again. It is no longer worth it to throw away your money into these luxury apartments, especially when you can't even expect rent to stay the same from year to year. So what's going to happen instead, especially as being in a house becomes more expensive due to property taxes and other expenses? Adults are going to have to come together to maintain the family home, the base. The late 2020s will be defined by a rise in multi-generational living in America.
I'm fucking stressed out! I'm fucking stressed! We should not be working like this. I work my ass off and I can't even fucking pay bills, bro. And they always say don't compare yourself to others, but I see people going to Coachella and fucking like buying all types of shit, just pointless fuck you money, and I'm over here and can't even fucking pay my fucking rent, bro.
I know it's normalized in our society, but maybe it shouldn't be normalized, and you can call me a commie if you want, but maybe it shouldn't be normal for a society to have homeless people. Maybe it shouldn't be normal for us to have hungry children, or people passing away because they can't afford their medicine, or locking people up because they crossed an imaginary border, or having a military budget that's larger than the next 9 countries combined, or a police budget that's bigger than the next 5 countries combined. Maybe it shouldn't be normal for our tax dollars to go to bombing brown children. Maybe it shouldn't be normal to have military bases all over the entire earth. birth. Maybe it shouldn't be normal for people to care so much about what two consenting adults do behind closed doors, especially for some weird reason, what they do in the bedroom. That's weird. It shouldn't be normal that 1% of the population has over 50% of a nation's wealth. It shouldn't be normal that so many people in power are protecting the island man. It shouldn't be normal that a country that's only 250 years old has only experienced about 10 years of peace in that time. It shouldn't be normal to charge parents $100,000 just to give birth to their child. It shouldn't be normal to charge $800 for medicine that costs $3 to make just so a CEO and their shareholders can get rich. It shouldn't be normal for billionaires to have so much extra wealth that they can take up rocketry as a hobby. If me thinking that all this stuff shouldn't be normal makes me a dirty commie, then so be it.
This is what I don't understand. We're constantly being told that the economy is strong and that things are getting better, but go grocery shopping, pay your insurance bill, look at your rent or your mortgage, fill up your car with gas. Then tell me again how affordable everything feels. Texas has kept its minimum wage at federal $7.25 an hour according to the U.S. Department of Labor. So maybe the question isn't simply, is the economy good? Maybe we should ask, is the economy actually working for the people who live here?
What's happening to working families in America? People are working hard, going to work every day, and doing every they can. But for many families, the paycheck disappears always as soon as it arrives. So rent is expensive, groceries are expensive, gas, electricity, child care, and other basic necessities are taking more and more money. And after all these bills are paid, many families are left with very little. For a single mother, the pressure can be even greater. Imagine working all week while worrying about how you are going to pay the rent, but enough food for your children and keep the light. Whether you are MAGA, Republican, Democratic, or independent, families need to be able to afford the basics. They want to work, provide for their children, and build better future. So here's the question. Are American wages really keeping up with the cost of living? If you are working hard but still struggling, you are not alone. Tell me in the comments. What is hurting your budget the most? Rent, groceries, electricity, or child? So make sure you do subscribe for next conversation.